Hi, Kyoko Tanaka here. Today I have a guest, Nancy Burnett. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You have a business called Nancy Burnett Coaching.
Yes, I do.
And what kind of coaching do you do, or do you have any special focus on that?
I do. I focus on career and professional women and men, and I work with their issues that relate to the complexity of being a professional and having a family and a home and a life outside of work. Right. And so I try to help them to create harmony and joy and
balance.
Balance. It's an excellent term, yes.
So how long have you been doing this coaching?
I've been coaching about 3 years, a little more maybe.
But have you been always obviously you are doing something else before the coaching.
I've done a number of other things. I started life as a teacher. So I've taught at a lot of different levels, and I continue to teach part-time, mostly in the form of day trainings and workshops. But I eventually became a psychotherapist in private practice, and I worked primarily with women in those years. And I did a lot of creative expressive arts therapy. I am a certified sand play therapist. So I use sand play, which is a wonderful nonverbal tool, and I continue to use that in my coaching today. So I had a breather when I moved from Colorado to California, in which I took some time off and reflected on how I wanted to recreate myself and for this next phase of my life. So coaching is what emerged for me as a new calling.
Right. But it sounds like all these years of your experience in teaching and interaction with people bring to you as a coaching. So it seems like finding out who you are yourself, but really collecting all this knowledge and wisdom, experience, bring you now it's Nancy Burnett Coaching.
Yes.
So it sounds very beautiful about creativity and nonverbal energy, but also you have all these tools to deal with women and men and family. But since I'm a woman, over all these years, I was wondering if you have anything noticed about change or shift, or is there any message you want to give out to the women?
Yes, I really what pricked my attention as you were just talking is the word change, of course, and because I'm a bit older than you, I belong to a different generation of women. I'm a grandmother now, and so there are big differences between women in my generation and women in yours, and the women in the younger generations. My daughter-in-law, who has young children at home, and so I really, because I've been through a lot of phases of life, I have an understanding of what women are going through at those phases. And because I've lived through a lot of social change, because I came of age in the 60s, I can incorporate my experiences and my awareness that I gathered from having those kinds of diverse experiences coming to me from the outer world. And of course there's my own inner journey as well. So the key really is to be able to flow with the natural course of change in your life, and to find ways to manage those places that want to get stuck. They want to get stuck around, sometimes it's around a crisis, sometimes it's around just a fear of what's next, an uncertainty about what's next, or if there is some certainty about it, it can provoke fear. So you just don't want it to even happen. Sometimes change is forced upon us against our will, and sometimes it's pretty unpleasant. So, and it can be over into the area of crisis. I've had a number of crises in my life, so I know how to work with people who are in the midst of a crisis, coming out of a crisis, and wanting to avoid a crisis, which is the other side of that coin.
Right.
So managing change is a common thing that we all have, and yet the nature of the change is unique and special to each woman.
Right. And the question is how we deal with those changes.
Yes.
And only if we see that as a learning experience,
Yes.
plus I'm sure some more, but that will be a whole different experience
Yes.
to experience your life.
Yes. A key thing that I do is to look at the way a woman is or is not using her own innate creativity and to help her set that free if it's blocked, discover it if it's out of sight and out of mind, and really learn to use it effectively to create her own life.
Beautiful. We all have in here already. It's just a matter of finding it and how to use it. And oftentimes I find we cannot really do by ourselves, or we do have a lot of blind spots, and some people can see much better than who we are. So in that time, if we can just accept that and then have people help, that would be much easier.
I've had lots of help in my time, and so it's part of the reason that I want to give back and help other people as well.
Beautiful. Is there any great tips you want to share with the audience to have more free inside?
I think one of the most important tips that women need to hear, and I often get the, I don't have time for that, but it's really about making special time for yourself, a place to have reflection, some solitude. People need different amounts of that, but some solitude for reflection, or quiet time, some alone time. Everyone needs a little space in their home, even if it's a corner of the closet or the bottom shelf of a cupboard somewhere, a little place where you can have your little private space. You set it up. Some women like to call it an altar. Some people like to call it just a private space. It doesn't matter what you call it. What's important is that you have it. It's a place to put your treasures, a place to keep your journal, to put your beautiful aurosoma.
Oh, thank you. That's my favorite.
Yes. A place that is a touchstone for a woman to check into at least once a day, a place that brings her back to her center. Everyone needs a place like that.
Of course. Thank you. So it's like touch to who you are. We often lose this connection because we think we are busy and one thing after another, but until you serve yourself the best way you know, you can really serve to others. Yes. Well, thank you, Nancy, for your time today.
You're so welcome.
If the people want to get more information about you, how they can contact you?
The most straightforward way is to go to my website, NancyBurnettCoaching.com, NancyB as in boy, URNETTCOACHING.
Obviously, you're a great teacher.
.com. And on there is a contact page. You'll find links to schedule a session directly. You can email me. I look forward to hearing from anyone who'd like to have a conversation and discover something together.
Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome. Thank you.